Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas BeMidbar. Not as always, because this parsha begins the new book, the fourth book of Torah, and it's definitely not the most popular book. Besides the story with the spies, the downfall with the spies that make this book longer than it was planned, and different troubles between the Jews of the generation of the desert. They're also understandable because this generation was destined to stay in the desert. There's nothing happening in this book. It's a book of journey from Mount Sinai, where we receive the Torah, to land of Israel, where we have to implement this Torah. It's a book in the middle. Obviously, it's not so exciting book with many stories and plots like Shmot, and definitely like Bereshit. And there's practically no mitzvahs, just a little bit towards the end. We also have a little bit in the beginning, in the next weekly Torah portion, but it's definitely not as many mitzvahs as the previous book of Vayikra, and not like in book of So this book is kind of book in the middle, book of the journey, when we awaiting the arrival in the land of Israel. But this is what makes this book the most relevant book to our days. Because 99% of our modern life, not only modern life, but in life in general, but our days more than ever, we are in the middle of something. We are in the anticipation of something. We are in a journey. Either we are waiting when we grow up, never know when it's gonna happen, or we are waiting to complete the school in order to get to work, and then at work we wait to get on vacation. On vacation we're afraid to come back to work. We wait when our kids are gonna grow up, and we wait when we go to retirement. We constantly await something to happen. Or on a daily basis as well. We are on the journey, we wait till we arrive to work. At work we wait when we arrive at home. On the phone we wait when the bank will answer us, and it could take a while. If we're talking about the bank, on the line in the bank, we wait until we see the clerk. We're constantly waiting. Unfortunately, since it's 99% of our time, and not necessarily we even arrive to the goal that we went, not necessarily this goal exists, the life can pass by and we will not even pay attention. One of the most prominent rabbis of the recent generation, the famous Jerusalem rabbi, Reuben Bangi, he was famous that he was completing for the fact that he was completing the Babylonian Talmud sometimes couple times a year. Now, it's practically impossible. Why? Because if you study one layout of the Talmud a day, which is a lot, you can complete the entire Talmud in 7 years. And he was doing it like a couple times a year. And when he was making a special event of the completion of the entire Talmud, and then a couple months later on, he was completing Talmud again. So people were asking, how could you do this? It's impossible that you complete it for the second time. No, this is not the second. This is a different time. Because first time I completed Talmud when I studied, and the second time I was completed the Talmud when I was waiting. What the rabbi meant, he meant that he had a designated time of study when he studied Talmud and complete Talmud in a year, because he was a genius. But also every time that he was on the phone, waiting on the line, sitting on the bus, waiting for arrival, waiting to get somewhere, anticipating something, he was not wasting time. He was still learning the Talmud. And our weekly Torah portion gives us instruction how to make sure that in the journey, in the anticipation, in the waiting time of something which is the main part of our life, we'll not will not miss the life itself. It tells us about the formation of the Jewish people, because in this journey, everyone had its own place. Everyone had its own role, its own function that nobody else could do. But the most important, it's a temple. Our outlet to our connection to Kadosh Hu was always in the middle, either of camp that it was standing, or in camp that it was traveling. When you put God in the middle of your life, you're not wasting time. You're not waiting for something. You aren't waiting something to happen. You're making it happen now, in every single moment, even while you wait online in the bank, or on the phone for the bank as well. Or as a great Kotzkerov said once, he said, I never on the journey somewhere. I'm always arrive in every single moment. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.